Hey there, vinyl community. Cheers. Rob checking in here. Been a month or two since I posted. I got some new finds here. 15 albums I'm going to show you. I got a group of some new ones I bought off of Discogs. And then about 9 or 10 I found at local thrift store recently. Pretty cool, dollar finds. And then I went record shopping yesterday and splurged a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna show you. First up here, Belle and Sebastian, If You're Feeling Sinister. Many would regard this as their best album. I'm familiar with Belle and Sebastian, and I knew about 3 or 4 songs of this album. I think I saw Big Star 1000 talking about this, and I've always seen it in the best of the 90s charts and stuff like that, and there are some excellent songs on this. I've always loved Seeing Other People, and If You're Feeling Sinister, The Stars of Track and Field. This is excellent. I think this came out in 1996. Yeah. Matador. Great stuff. Kind of quirky rock, acoustic, indie rock, Death Grips. The Money Store. It's I think their first official album. Experimental, what would you call it? Alternative hip hop. This is ridiculous music. I know some of you listen to this. This isn't for the faint of heart. This is ridiculous, loud, violent, absurd music. Again, not for everybody. I have to take this a bit at a time. It gets. I do love this album, but it's kind of intense. This is their most, accessible album. Their first official album, The Money Store. Check it out. If you're feeling, depends what you listen to. If you already listen to hip hop and electronic or experimental music, this might be easy listening. Check out the song Hustle Bones. Again, that was I'm kind of grabbing lately when I buy new albums. What I would deem essential for my collection. There's a bunch of big holes. That's why some of these ones I'm showing today, not necessarily new albums that just came out, but stuff I'm missing here and there that I want in my collection. This is one of them. Chairs Missing, Wire's second album. This is the reissues this year. Excellent reissues on, what is this on? Pink Flag label, named after their first album. I showed this in a different video. Pink Flag, excellent band. I will be getting their third album too. I think it's 157. I think that's what it's called. This is an excellent album. I would say it's a bit more experimental sound wise than Pink Flag. They really, something about this, absolutely excellent. I think I'll probably put this on next. Wire, essential post-punk band, art, rock, whatever you want to call it. This is 1980 or so, somewhere in there. 1981. This is Cloud Nothings, Here and Nowhere Else. Cloud Nothings are a modern rock band. I would call it punk rock, post-punk band. This was kind of their breakthrough album. Actually, no, this is, I'm sorry. This is their album after their breakthrough album. This is great. Every song on this is good. Drums are incredible on this album. If you like punk rock, you might like it. Alright. Here's the thrift store finds I grabbed. Again, these were $1, and the thrift store I went to never has anything besides your typical Barbra Streisand, Manitovi, you know, classical music, whatever. Same stuff usually. So when I saw a new box in there with some 80s stuff thrown in there, I was optimistic, and I did find some stuff. First, actually, I'm lying. This one was $1 on the dollar bin at a local record store. Little Feat, Dixie Chicken album. Excellent album. Fat Man in the Bathtub being perhaps my favorite Little Feat song. Dixie Chicken, of course, is on here. This is probably their most well-known song. Nothing compares to Waiting for Columbus, the live album, double live album. My cat decided to join us. Go on. And it's wet outside. She just came in from outside, so. Brain Salad Surgery, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I didn't have a copy of this, so that was nice. This is the thrift store, and these are beautiful condition. $1. All right. This is a very, very good album. Excellent prog. At times absurd. Excellent. I listened to that a couple times. Did find some 80s hair metal Dokken. You know, this isn't my go-to stuff, but I can't deny George Lynch on the guitar. This is Tooth and Nail. I didn't have any Dokken. I'm not going to pass up a nice copy for $1. You know, I might sell this, or if someone loves this, a friend or something, I might just give it to them, but I'm not going to pass that up. Deep Purple. Now I've never heard of this album. This is 1987. The House of Blue Light. It's sealed, still sealed. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably listen to the album on YouTube or something. I haven't listened to this yet. I haven't opened it, obviously. But it does have a lot of the classic guys in the band still. Richie Blackmore, Ian Gillan, Roger Glover, Ian Pace. So obviously I'm going to grab that, but I don't know what to do with this yet. If it's a good album, I'll open it and listen to it. Otherwise, I don't know. Except, this is called Balls to the Wall. That's the only song I knew by them. Balls to the Wall. German rock band, German, what do you call it? Hard rock, kind of in the vein of, you know, I think you guys know the song Balls to the Wall. Yeah, kind of in the vein of AC/DC or something along those lines. Signals by Rush. It's got some like whiteout or something on it, but beautiful copy. I actually, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge Rush fan. So I don't think I've ever listened to this album at all. So still got to do that. You know, I'm a casual Rush listener. I have Moving Pictures, 2112, and whatever other ones I can't think of right now. I think I got 3 or 4 of their albums. Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams. Sweet Dreams are made of this. Again, beautiful. You know, these have the inners and all these. Someone just dropped them off. A little dusty, but clean. No scratches. Figure for $1, grab some Annie Lennox and Company. Yeah, I can't get that in there. So next up, this is. I wouldn't normally grab this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this album, but I grabbed it because the day before I was in this thrift store. One of my best friends and I were talking about the song "Do You Think I'm Sexy" by Rod Stewart, which is, in my opinion, an excellent corny disco song. So yeah, that Blondes Had More Fun. I found that. Again, this is not a good album by any means, but "Do You Think I'm Sexy" is a great song. This is water damage all over. You can't even open it's water damage, but the record's not. The record's good. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's just ridiculous. Like, blondes have more fun, and he's talking about himself. Some of the lyrics on this, I played the first side and listened to some of the lyrics. They're atrocious. So, yeah. These last 3 are the ones I grabbed at the a record store yesterday. Again, going through, filling holes in my collection for what I would deem classic albums. What I'm listening to now, Gorillaz, Demon Days. This is their second album. Of course, Damon Albarn from Blur. It's his project. Danger Mouse produces this. This is an excellent album. I'm not sure if I would categorize it as classic, but for me, it's a kind of a timepiece. The mid, 2000s, George Bush era, graduating high school, Feel Good Inc. Some great songs on this album. Every Planet We Reach Is Dead, Kids with Guns, Last Living Souls, Dare. It's a good album. Gorillaz. 2 more here. I grabbed U2 Octung Baby. This is reissue this year. Very nice. As many of you know, this album came out kind of during the peak of the CD era, I think 1991. This is probably my favorite U2 album, so I was thrilled when they announced this reissue. I've only ever seen one original copy. I saw it at a record fair once, and they wanted like $90 for it, and it was, I think they gave it like a very good, because one song skipped. I mean, there's no way I'm spending big bucks on this, so super happy they re-released this. I'd say every song on this is great. Yeah, U2's they kind of sharp left turn on this album. I don't know if I would. It's personally, it's the one I would listen to if I was to choose, Desert Island Disc by U2. Joshua Tree may be a better album, but it's overplayed in my ears. Boy, also excellent. But yeah, Octung Baby's that's just where I'm at right now. Excellent album. The last one I'm going to show here, this is undoubtedly a classic in my eyes. 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. 1994, Trent Reznor. Arguably is, magnum opus, along with The Fragile. This album changed my life. Now I'm only 31, so I was 7 when this came out, but by the time I hit 15 or 16, this was putting on, and I mean, songs like The Becoming, Ruiner, March of the Pigs, Piggy, I mean, those songs, incredible. Eraser, and of course, Trent Reznor is he's a perfectionist, so his these reissues of his album kind of reflect that. Beautiful release here. I found this for relatively cheap too. It was under $25, double album, in the kind of poly inner sleeve. The lyrics sheet in here, I think. There's kind of a little story. Someone wrote a thing. I haven't read this yet. Pictures. It's fantastic. And the original inner sleeves, they kind of put those in with the lyrics. So this will be played today as well. I love 9 Inch Nails. I think their new album, Bad Witch, phenomenal album this year. It's going to be one of my favorites of the year. He's still relevant. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. I might make another video today, actually, just kind of going through other stuff I've been playing, kind of what's on deck, just talk about music. Keep up the good work, you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.